Casillas, can I get your attention? Thank you. I would like to start off with my math presentation, and I'm here to show you my mastery of it. Period 11, 12 for this class in the 10th grade. So I combined my homework and assessment chart slides together, and as well as like what I can improve. So I incorrectly filled this out. I thought that the 4 was like all the way up there, but that's like for the 5.0, right? So I'll just say that that's the 4. So in the beginning, I did my homework. You can see like right here it was very consistent, but my notebook check it was unorganized. That's why I got a lower grade on it. Did I check my answers as they were completed on your homework? I know you post the answers on the DP, so I would do that sometimes, not all the time. And I did ask for clarification. I did like email you sometimes and come to office hours when I could. My assessment score chart. These were the tests, but I don't think I got 4s on the test. I think I did this wrong as well. I didn't get 4s because like test part 1, I didn't get a 4. So yeah, this information is incorrect. I don't know what I did here. Based on, I know the part 1 got like a 2.8 on the first part. And then the test part 2 I got 3.75. I remember that maybe that's what I did. I tried to like fill it up all the way, but not just to the 1/4. So that's what I did on there. I always completed my corrections because that's something that helped me all the time. Do you have my grade on them? Okay, so I did complete my quiz corrections and my test corrections because from what I got wrong on the quiz is what I would have gotten is what I need to improve. So when I did the test. So that's why I always completed my corrections, and it would help me just clarify it and understand the concept that I did incorrectly. And how did I study? Like the studying, I would go over to my friend's house and I would reteach the concept to them. So then I would be able to analyze everything about the question or the concept, which helped me out a lot because I went through it, I explained it, then I did the problem. It was just a whole bunch of steps that helped me understand. I went to your DP for like help, as well as asking my peers during class time when you gave us times to do work. I would ask everyone who knew how to do it so they could explain it to me. And like I mentioned, I was reteaching and doing the quiz corrections, and I think the quiz corrections was something that helped me like a lot. So I'm gonna move on to, okay, this is the essential skills 2, and I did learning target 2.3. And the question was a 2.5 question, so it was fairly easy. But I didn't know how to plug it in correctly. I always forgot to plug it back in. Like I would solve it, I would do the equation. Since it's equilateral, I knew that I could pick any 2 parts of the triangle and put it next to each other. But once I solved it, I wouldn't plug it back into X or either Y. And then here's my corrections, and here's what I did. And another issue for me was not doing the math correctly. So since I picked any part, it was 3y minus 3 equals 2y plus 5. So then to just get rid of the 2y, I subtracted it on both sides, and I was left with y minus 3 equals 5. And then to get y alone, I added 3 on both sides and y was 8. And then from there I was able to plug it back into any of the other 2 because I know they're all equilateral. And then the answer is 21. And then since learning target 2.3 also includes isosceles triangles, I incorrectly put the answer. I only put that it had 2 congruent sides, but as we all know that an isosceles triangle has 2 congruent sides as well as 2 congruent angles. And that's what I corrected. And from the test, I wasn't able to improve. I did it incorrectly once again with the similar question for the triangles. And this one was an isosceles triangle. But the thing that I've noticed that I do wrong is that even though I check back my work, I don't check it thoroughly, and I do my math incorrectly, which throws me off. I can do the process right and try and find the answer, but when it comes down to doing the math, I do it incorrectly. So then I solved it back here, and it's just the same process. And on this one, on the one above, which is a 2.0, it was classify each triangle by its sides and justify your work. I didn't look at the whole triangle for ABE, I just looked at the right angle and I just automatically thought that it was a right triangle. Instead of like looking at this one is like 8 numbers greater than 2, that's a right triangle. So I did that incorrectly. Do you need me to explain my corrections? That's good. So this is what I have for the quiz, for the test, and like I mentioned, what I got wrong on the quiz is what I got wrong on the test. My current grade is a B. I feel like I do deserve this grade because I think there were so many other things that I could have done to improve it, like maybe even trying to stay for office hours after school instead of just coming to the morning. And then I feel like B justifies my work because when I did do my homework, it wasn't like I was putting any effort in it. And even though I did complete it, I didn't go back and check if it was correct. I kind of just did what I thought was right. So I think if I would have done that differently, then maybe my grade would have been higher because homework is just practice for what you're learning. So that's my grade. And then my last slide. Oh, that's it. So thank you for listening. If you have any questions. Oh, turn that off? Okay.